And then we talk about the movies. These are some of the movies that we've been in. Yeah, some of the James Bond, Gremlins. One of the most famous movies was Ghostbusters, and that, of course, the neutron gun, I guess, that they used in the movie there had a couple of our modular valves featured on the pack. It started with my grandfather, and this is probably going back to the early 30s, late into the late 40s, basically. He ended up in Cincinnati working with Pal Crosley, and Pal was a big inventor of the region here. He had an automobile a 3-cylinder automobile that he made, and he was also quite involved in the radio end of the business there. And that was really my grandfather's expertise, was in the electronics side of things. So he came to Cincinnati to work for Pal Crosley. And I guess the story was Pal had 3 or 4 engineers that all left to start their own businesses in Cincinnati. So his first location was basically his house down in Northside. He had manufacturing on the ground floor and lived in the quarters up above. So it was a pretty small operation back then. Eventually they moved into where the St. Vincent de Paul building is downtown. And really, as the business started to grow, he was looking for additional space. And at that time, Colerain Avenue was a 2-lane road. And he found 5 acres on Colerain Avenue and located at this location where we're at today. He was a very entrepreneurial guy, had a lot of ideas. He was an engineer, so he was always involved in working on something new. He had a machine shop in his basement. Lots of fond memories. I used to cut his grass, so lots of fond memories of going over there and just seeing what he was working on in the workshop at the house. And of course, he was always a perfectionist as well. As I would cut the grass, he would visit. We would walk around the yard after I was done and basically inspect everything that was done to make sure it was to his liking there. They had a house on North Bend Road originally when they moved sort of up the hill from Cincinnati, from Northside. And he built, at that time, it was when my father and uncle and aunt were children, had built a train that went around the yard, basically, and he put a Crosley automobile engine, 20 horsepower engine in the train there, and had about probably a little less than a mile of track around the property there. But the kids had a lot of fun playing on that. So that was a little bit before my time, but heard lots of stories. Great guy, loved working with people, just very gregarious and big personality, and just a super sharp mind as far as being innovative and inventing things. Yeah, my grandfather certainly had a lot of ideas and had several different businesses that he started through his time. Some of those businesses survived, some of them were closed down. Whereas Dad, I think, was a little bit more of he had a little bit more of an engineering mind and was really focused on details and a real passion for design. Much like my grandfather, I think they were similar in that respect. Dad was probably a little less entrepreneurial, but a lot deeper engineer. Dad came into the business, I'd say, in the late 60s, early 70s. At that time, we were really growing the pneumatic side of the business. We had just launched some air cylinders, our electronic valve line, and several new products. He was involved in actually the design of our modular valve line. So he came out of Ohio State Engineering and came into the business and was making an impact pretty quickly as he came on. So we also had quite an aviation history for a while. At one time we had 7 pilots in the company, and we had up to 3 airplanes at one time. So we would use this to visit distributors and get around to see customers. My grandfather had they mentioned some business he started and closed down. He took on the sales of the Hughes 300 helicopter. Back in the day there, he was a pilot and enjoyed flying, and that was sort of a business he started up down at Lunken to sell helicopters in the day, and then closed that down in '66, I believe. We've grown a bit over the years. We've gotten into a lot more. I would say we've kind of come full circle. Really, where we used to be in the electronics business years ago, and we started in coil winding, so that was the original business, and then we migrated into the pneumatic side of the business. So we've really gotten back to a lot more electronic controls of products, electronic pressure regulators, with the advent of computers and PLCs and microcontrollers and things. It's really kind of brought us back full circle to the electronic side of things. So a lot of the pneumatic products that we make are smarter products as a result of the electronics that we're putting on those right now. We have been involved in a lot of unique customer applications through the years. We've not only medical, but we've also had product on the space shuttle. We've had product go to space in various experiments and testing. We've been in a lot on the entertainment side of things. We've probably been in about 12 movies, I think. This is the Hall of Presidents, and National Geographic did a piece on that in the Tiki Room. A lot of Clippard products were used on those two attractions down at Disney World. When everything was closing down and businesses were shutting their doors, we had received a phone call from actually the Ford Motor Company saying that, hey, we're ramping up to produce ventilators for COVID. And it was a joint project with GE Healthcare. And one of our customers that had built ventilators for years down in Florida, just at a pace of about 5 per month. They basically licensed the design, and it was about 51,000 ventilators, I think, is what we produced over a span of about 5 months. So one of the advantages of the ventilator that we were on is it's entirely run on an oxygen bottle, so there's no power needed. So a lot of these things got deployed. The ones that weren't used in the United States got deployed to the rest of the world, in third world countries and in different areas to help on that front as well. So it was quite a challenge, and we hired 50 people within 2 weeks, put on a second shift, and really ramped up quickly. And that's one of the benefits of our business and our team and our staff. We're highly flexible, and we produce a lot of our own test equipment, so we're able to ramp up pretty quickly to meet the needs of customers. And we put a lot of effort into connecting with schools in the community. We've had several of our employees that have really worked all the way down to, I would say, the grade school level, just to introduce them to some of the jobs that are available in manufacturing and that's that end of things. We've worked with several of the high schools. Butler Tech has been somebody that we've worked with for many years, and that was Colerain High School in their machine trades program. We've pulled a lot of great people from that program who have had long careers here at Clippard, and that's been a benefit to us. So, First Robotics is an organization that we've supported for the last 20 years. And so we've donated product into that organization, and really that is a group that puts together a competition across the United States with high schools to compete in robotics. They have to build robots to do various things, and so we've supplied product into that, and we've actually had some of our engineers volunteer firsthand with some of the schools to help students as they create their robots and build these things for competition. Years ago, we were approached when they were looking to build a Y in the Colerain Township area, and it was actually my father, my 2 uncles, and my aunt that made the initial gift to get that started, and it was basically named after my grandfather and grandmother, William L. and Harriet Clippard. But it's there's been a ton of other community members, Northside Bank and several others that really stepped up to the plate. It's just been neat to see. I think they're up to over 3,000 members now, and it's been a great thing for the community, and we're just humbled and thankful to play a small part in that.